President Bola Tinubu is expected to, on Wednesday, April the 2nd, flag off the much-anticipated Niger Delta Sports Festival, sponsored by the Niger Delta Development Commission. The festival will conclude on April the 8th with about 3,000 athletes and over 500 officials competing in 17 sports. Arise Sports correspondent Aaron Akirijola joins us for more. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Give us an idea of what we are going to witness at this festival.
All right, thank you very much, Timmy Tokwe. We are live at Uyo Township Stadium. The beauty about Sports Fest, why we always clamor for events of this nature, is the venue used to be a little bit rusty and dingy, but thanks to the Niger Delta Sports Festival, they've had to upgrade the facilities at this particular venue. A swimming pool that was even non-existent before now is now functioning, and that would actually help those, because the Niger Delta and the prospects they do have in swimming, especially those from the riverine areas, and the fact that Nigeria has never been able to tap into particular wealth of talent over the years, but that will be changing. And as you can actually see, several people are already gathered. You can see I'm almost getting where the rains are relentless. Today, the rains haven't stopped pouring down, and we're hoping that the rains will give us a little bit of a reprieve to actually do this. You can actually see, if you get to see that the stadium is already full. Athletes are already gathering for what is highly anticipated. Like you said, over 3,500 athletes will be here today, and more importantly, 1,500 officials participating in 17 games. And if we were to mention them, as we try to run through them quickly, we're actually going to be having football, weightlifting, canoeing, chess, athletics, wrestling, traditional wrestling, handball, basketball, volleyball, boxing, swimming, para-athletics, tennis, para-powerlifting, table tennis. The beauty about what is happening in this festival is the fact that the para-athletes have not been left out of major competitions like this. In time past, major competitions like this usually extricate the para-athletes, but we are seeing them feature front and center in this particular event and give them opportunity to win massive grand prizes and also showcase themselves. Now, the beauty about this is, some might not want to agree, but this will be a massive dress rehearsal for the athletes ahead of the National Sports Festival, which will be taking place in Ogun State in May. So a lot is expected from the athletes who have been camping, and they started selection from the grassroots up until this particular point. And we are hoping that we'll see a rich competitive spirit being shown across the Niger Delta, because the truth being told, Niger Delta has produced some of the most prolific athletes in the history of Nigeria, and they remain the cynosure of ours when it comes to athletics and what they actually do produce. Delta State, to be very, very precise, Bayelsa has come with the largest contingent here. They are up to something, because when you talk about the Bayelsa State, the first thing that comes to your mind is wrestling. They've been able to become a hub for the wrestlers here. You've seen wrestlers from there go on to do great things, if not just locally, but internationally, not just even internationally, at the highest sporting events you can actually think of. Talking about the Olympics, we've seen Blessing Oboroju pick up a silver medal at the Olympics. That just typifies all that has happened within the Niger Delta region. And people kept on asking, if the Niger Delta has Blessing Okagbare has produced some of the greatest athletes in football. Of course, you can mention Sunday Ogochukwu Olise, the late Stephen Keshi, to mention but a few. Why is it that nobody has taken a contentious effort to look into the Niger Delta region, create a sporting hub to help fashion out and also separate the wheat from the shaft in terms of talents that can go on to do great things? But we are hoping that this is the beginning of something. I know the Niger Delta Development Commission over the years have been known for road development and infrastructural development, but for the first time they've decided that rather than looking at what oil has to give them, that they will look away from oil and begin to tap into the human resources which is in abundance here in this particular region. with the hopes that Nigeria will be better for it. Because for far too long, Nigeria has been heavy and so dependent on football. And we're not just a footballing nation. We're a sporting nation, a nation that has produced some of the greatest athletes. There is no big sporting event that happens globally, whether in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. It could be in the NBA, it could be in the NFL, that a Nigerian is not featured there. When you go to the Olympics, we knew of the number of athletes that were from Nigeria that went on to do great things. So, as it stands right now, we're just hoping to see great things happen. Of course, Flavor was practicing just before we came on, and we are expecting over 20 other musicians to grace this opening occasion. The only thing we actually plead for at this point in time is that the rains ease up to allow us to enjoy the beginning of great sporting festivity here in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
Well, our exciting sports correspondent, Aaron Akirijola, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.